A KXAN News in-depth report.
Hottest day of the year so far today, record-breaking heat in our forecast for tomorrow. So for a lot of us here in Central Texas, there is great trepidation about the coming summer, mainly because the last 5 in a row have been brutally hot. So hot that all 5 rank in the top 6 hottest on record, dating back to 1885. And who can forget what happened 2 summers ago? If you're new to the area or have a short memory, a look back. It was a heat wave now in the history books. Hottest summer on record. Hottest July on record, hottest August on record, tied hottest September, the hottest month on record, the hottest August temperature ever, 112 degrees. The average high in August, nearly 105 degrees. A record warm average low, above 78 degrees. 90 100-degree days, 27 in a row. Most 90-degree days, and most in a row. It was simply incredible. Fast forward to last year. While not nearly as bad, still triple the average number of 100-degree days. But this is 2013, and we've had the coolest spring in over a decade. Just 12 days ago, recording the coldest temperature ever in the month of May. But does that mean a cooler summer is ahead? Well, not really. In fact, just this afternoon, the newly released summer forecast from the Climate Prediction Center says we are in store for yet another scorcher. As you can see, the period June, July, and August are forecast to be hotter than average across all of Texas. And that means more power usage, higher electric bills. Meteorologist Natalie Stoll with more on that in depth.
A hotter than normal summer means your AC unit will likely be working overtime, costing you more money and putting a strain on the electricity grid. ERCOT, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, expects power demands to peak at 68,383 megawatts. That's above the all-time record of 68,305 megawatts set in August of 2011, our hottest summer on record. ERCOT says while they're expecting a summer more along the lines of last year, the Texas population is growing, putting more strain on the grid. You can expect calls for conservation or power watches this summer during peak usage hours, 3 to 7 in the evening. More extreme conditions could mean energy emergency alerts and possibly rolling blackouts. During a power watch, you would be asked to help conserve energy by turning off all unnecessary lights, appliances, and electronics, setting thermostats to 78 degrees or higher if you're home, 85 or higher if you're not, and not using appliances during those peak usage hours. More rain could mean cooler temperatures this summer. One way we see more rain in Texas, tropical activity. David Yeomans takes a look at what we could see from the Gulf.
To get significant rainfall during the dry summer months, we usually have to look toward the tropics. And even though Austin is nearly 200 miles from the coastline, tropical cyclones do pose a real threat, but have also been known to end our droughts. Less than 3 years ago, before this larger bridge was built over Bull Creek, Tropical Storm Hermine brought more than 15 inches of rain to the region, turning this quiet creek into a deadly raging river. Thanks in part to very warm waters in the Atlantic, this summer's tropical activity is expected to be above average, with 50% more tropical storms than the normal number and twice the average amount of intense hurricanes. The odds of one of these storms impacting Texas this summer? Slightly better than a coin flip. If the drought relief we need doesn't come from the tropics, we may have to wait for the next El Nino pattern. To discuss that possibility, we go to KXAN meteorologist Mark Monstrola.
That's right, David. Thank you very much. Fall and winter rainfall has filled this lake many times. In fact, in 1991, it took the water level all the way to the top of this dam. And those rains were provided courtesy of an event in the Pacific called El Nino. So, will it happen again this year? Well, to find out, we first take you from one body of water to the southeastern Pacific we go, where weak easterly trade winds allow the temperature of the surface water to increase. Now, this extra warm water keeps the tropical jet stream over the southern part of the United States and feeds Pacific moisture into our part of the country. This is the setup that could provide us with drought-ending rainfall that we have been hoping for so long. So the question still remains, will El Nino return again this fall and winter? Well, current models have it as 50-50, half lean toward yes and half lean toward no. This leads us to believe it will be an average year for rainfall, but there is one thing we know for sure. We are due for an El Nino, and there's no doubt one day it will return. Let's just hope that that day arrives sooner than later.
Thank you, Mark. Our new summer rainfall outlook indicates simply normal rainfall for our part of Texas, which for us isn't very much in the summertime. So here's the bottom line. It looks like yet another hotter than normal summer, one where we may see record power usage, so conserve, conserve, conserve. But we're hopeful a tropical storm or a hurricane or an El Nino will help ease our drought later in the year. Tonight at 10, learn about places in Central Texas to escape the summer heat.